So let's take a look at a few more things we can do with Explain Everything. We're about halfway down all of their tools and we're down to the text tool. So at its most simplest, we can tap the button, then tap and type and put in a word and tap away again. We can decide if it's centered, or right or left, and once we're finished we can press the tick button and now it becomes an item that can be moved around like everything else. If we press and hold on the text tool button, we can change the size of the font we're going to put in, the type of font, the color of it, and if we want a text box border as well. So lots of options there. Okay, I'm going to go for a new page, I think, for the next one. Next one here gives us all the different things we can insert. So we can insert an image. We can insert straight from our photo roll if we've already got an image ready, from a camera, so we can take a photo right there and then, or we can use the cloud services or WebDAV if we want to bring in an image as well. So if we just go from the photo roll, go into my camera roll, choose an image, and it's added in. And before it goes in, I've got the option to edit it a little bit. I can crop it. So let's pick a particular area and say, probably maybe just that amount. And once I'm happy, I can go done and I just get the smaller amount. I can rotate, turn it around, get it to wherever I need it to be. Or I can free select by drawing a particular shape around there and say done, and I have that item left. That can be quite handy to drawing around shapes when you don't actually want the background. Once I'm happy with how it is, hit done again and it becomes part of my work. So other options to bring things in. I can bring in documents from Dropbox, Evernote, all of those services. So I'm connected to Dropbox with this one. So it will go off and find all my Dropbox folders. The more you have in Dropbox, the longer it's probably going to take, and you can tell by the speed here, it's going to take a little while for it to download it for me. But in a minute what will pop up is all the folders with my Dropbox items. I can then choose a particular document I want to put in. Here we go. So if I go into my teaching resources folder, it'll open up that folder and let's say, I'll just put the feedback matrix one in there. So it'll download it and now I have the document ready to go. Am I happy with that? Yep. Choose. And my document gets loaded onto one of the slides. And once it's in there, it's just like any other object. There it is. And I can make it smaller, bigger, rotate it, any of those items. And then once it's in place, I can use things like the pen tool to highlight and mark it up. The other interesting one that you can bring in is a web browser, and I think this has got a lot of potential. So I'm just going to bring in ceo.wa.edu.au, so Catholic Education WA's website, and it loads up the website. Once the website's fully loaded, you can actually scroll up and down in it. When you actually use something like a shape, so if I grab an arrow, red arrow, tap away and draw the item, when I go to move the page again, the markings actually go with it. And this page is live, so if I hit a button, it'll actually take you to the page. So you can imagine if you were showing kids how to navigate a website and find things and you had record running, it would actually record all of that. So a really handy way of screencasting items on the web. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's say I've put something in I don't want anymore. The next tool down is for that. I'm going to select delete, tap on the item I don't want, hit the cross, and it's gone. And that works with all of the items. Alright, I want to go back to one of my other pages now. Here we go. The next tool here is about ordering items. So at the moment, actually I'll turn it off, at the moment my arrow goes behind the circle. I can choose ordering and choose my arrow, and bring it to the front, so now it goes in front of the circle. So you've got lots of options to move things around, and there are things you can do when you play with the ordering. So you can make certain items go behind the circle and certain things go in front to help kids work out if something has the correct answer or not. Kind of like the things you see, activities you see on interactive whiteboards. Next one down is the undo. Use it, teacher's favourite, use it quick enough and the kids won't notice. And then lucky last, you've got the zoom, where you can bring things in or make them much smaller. So there's a lot of versatility with these tools. And then at the bottom, we've got the full screen mode. So you can get rid of all of those controls, so it's less confusing when you're making the video for the people watching. Tap again on that icon to go back.